Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video following up my last video, which has been a while. I really wanted to talk about and share what things, like I promised in my last video, I said I would share what things I've been doing to prepare for my VBAC. I had a cesarean with my first baby and with my daughter, and it was definitely unwanted, and so I'm preparing for my second birth, my baby's my baby's birth, and I'm planning and preparing to have a VBAC, and I'm so excited. I'm due in January. Anytime anyone asks me like my due date, I just give them like the month, and I learned from the last time to not give the exact date, just to like few people. I'll say it, but I don't want people like asking like, oh my gosh, like it's almost time, and like how are you feeling, and like are you feeling anything yet, and stuff like that. Just like I feel like it brings a lot of pressure, even though it's like all like coming from good intentions. But yeah, so basically this time around I've definitely been way more active compared to my last birth. I mean, not like I'm not working out every day. I'm definitely supposed to, but like bending down, standing for a majority of the day. Like I'm bending down a lot to like pick up my daughter, or like pick up trash off the floor, or pick up things off the floor. I'm cleaning the whole, I'm very active in the sense that I'm playing with my daughter, I'm running after her, I'm chasing after her, I'm changing her diapers, I'm cleaning up the house, I'm washing the dishes. I'm on my feet a lot in the day. So in that sense, I've been more active. I also have we walk a lot more. Like my husband and I like go out to have a lot of walks, like especially on the weekends. We prioritize going out to like walk somewhere. We did a lot of bike riding in the early months of my pregnancy. Right now I'm heading into my sixth month of pregnancy. And so that's been really fun. I hope I can still get on the bike. I haven't in a couple weeks because it's been so hot, maybe like a month. But we were definitely making that a routine. Just like going on bike rides in the evenings whenever he would come home. So it was really fun. I have been stretching a lot. Even on the days that I don't have time to like work out or have like a full-on walk, like a 30-minute walk even, like I've been stretching a lot, watching a lot of videos, trying to prepare, kind of learn what the phases of labor are, because my plan is to labor at home for as long as possible. We are looking into hiring a doula. We really liked her. We just met with her the other night and over Zoom, and we really liked her, and I really hope that will become a reality for us, because then that way we're not kind of just like deer in headlights. Like I feel like we can prepare as much as possible, but like having someone there to like tell me like, yes, you're right, like this is normal, like this might feel scary, but like it's totally normal. It's okay to stay home still, even though you're feeling this or that, like it, and then just having someone there to not only like have be knowledgeable, but like be able to tell us like, okay, like we can go to the hospital now, like it's time. Because it is kind of scary to think that like the baby could come like at home, or on our way to the hospital, which I mean is always a possibility when you're doing what I'm gonna do, which is like laboring at home for longer. I feel like it's a risk no matter what, because you just never know what each pregnancy is so different. You just never know what's gonna happen. It's very unlikely that it'll just happen, but like it's just so unpredictable. you just really never know. So it'd be really nice if, like I said, if that becomes like uh, a reality for us. What else? I've been trying to focus a lot on drinking my prenatals and drinking lots of water. I could do better on the water and on taking my prenatals. I was given aspirin, like a baby, like a small dose of aspirin to take every day up until like, you know, the day I give birth. It's supposed to help with like to avoid like not preeclampsia. No, yeah, I think it's preeclampsia and I think that's what it is. It's like to avoid like having high blood pressures, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just following doctor's orders, and since I did my research and found that it is a kind of like a, it's not a how could I say that, like it is a, it's something that's like pretty well embraced even by like the holistic community, so like midwives and, you know, people that support natural birth a lot more than in the hospitals. They, you know, I did my own research and found that it is something that's, you know, beneficial, so, and not harmful to the baby, so I went ahead and did it, but only I accepted moving forward with like taking it, but only after I, you know, did some research on that. What else? I've been now trying to focus on like the mental part of it all. I'm gonna start, I plan on like starting to listen to like, planning to listen to like hypnobirthing audios and stuff, because I didn't do much of that last time, and I definitely plan on using it this time, so sorry, I'm working on that. What's the other thing? Oh yeah, so with laboring at home for as long as, you know, possible, because I really wanted a home birth, but like it's just wasn't financially feasible for us this time around with sorry, with this pregnancy. I fell in love with the idea of it, like, so, but like I said, because it's not possible this time around, we decided, okay, I'm gonna labor at home for as long as possible, and we're gonna try to make it like a really fun, really great, positive, like cozy experience, to make it feel like we're having our home birth as much as, you know, as much as possible, like as much as we can experience that as far as we can. So I do plan on getting a like a pool to not to birth in, a pool to labor in, because I've heard like water's nature's epidural, and I really hope that that's the case, because I am definitely feeling less confident this time around than with, you know, than the first time around. But I think little by little that confidence is building. You know, I'm working really hard to build that confidence back up. But yeah, I do plan on doing that, and just like having like pretty lights everywhere. I don't know whether that'll be like little like garden lights or very twinkle lights, whatever you call them. I don't know, just something nice, you know, maybe set up a couple candles or something, you know, to just kind of set the mood, and like have just like, I'm really big on like smells, you know, when you know, they say like smells can bring back so many memories, and like I want to be able to like you know, remember that that time through like, you know, a specific smell. Like that would be wonderful. So I do plan on like just like setting, you know, making a whole, just kind of like setting up the environment to be very, you know, our ambiance to be very mellow and just like cozy and just pretty. And because we're waiting to find out the gender this time, we do plan on having like going like to pick out a boy outfit and a girl outfit to then have like ready, you know, at home, to then, you know, be able to, I mean, I guess maybe we'll probably be taking it to the hospital, but like, you know, just I want to like set it up, you know. I don't want to just like buy them and then just like take them. I want to buy them and I want to like set them up and take some pictures, and then maybe like take some pictures of like the outfits, and then whenever we get back home with the baby, with them, you know, dressed up in like, whether if it's a boy, in the boy outfit, if it's a girl, in the girl outfit. So I don't know, kind of like I don't know, I'm still trying to think, but like I'm trying to figure out a way to make that like a really cute experience, like a really fun experience, since we're not gonna have like a gender reveal. But that'll be so exciting. I'm so excited. And I feel like that really like motivates me too, and like brings along like more, like just more excitement and like joy, like to like to look forward to that day. But yeah, so what else? Been stretching, doing a lot of just like, I can't even tell you what kind of stretches really, but just like anything that feels good, anything. Sometimes, some days I'll look some stretches up, some days I'll just do whatever feels good, as long as I know that I'm like moving my body. Definitely like cat cows, like stretching from like side to side, like hip shit, what's that called, like hip shifts, I don't know, when just like shifting my hips from side to side to like really try to just stretch those ligaments, and so many more. I've also really focused on strengthening my back and my glutes. So like I said, like if I can't do like a full-on workout, I try to be consistent, which I'm not doing. Like I'm not very consistent with it, but I am trying at least like I don't even have like a certain amount of days. I just, if I have the energy or if I remember, like I try to be diligent with it, but like as much as I can. I mean, I am tired and I am really feeling the weight of this belly now and this baby, and just, you know, I'm really tired by the end of the night. I do so much, I'm so busy in the day. So whenever I get the chance, whenever I remember, you know, I try my best, but then I do workouts to strengthen my back and my glutes, my lower back and my glutes, because last pregnancy I experienced a really terrible pain after, even when I was heavily pregnant, and after I gave birth, I experienced like a horrible back pain. I could barely stand up straight, I could barely walk. I had to go to the chiropractor, and they did tell me that it was due to my lower back muscles and my glutes being too weak to carry my weight. So that's why I was experiencing such severe back pain. And so yeah, that's basically what I'm doing to prepare. I'm like trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, also, I've looked up a lot more, and I've looked into a lot more of like different comfort measures this time around. So like before, I just had in my, you could say like toolbox, or like, and you know, as far as I knew, like the two things that would like help the most was like the water, which I never got in the shower at the hospital when I was laboring, because I remember thinking first I had the IV like the lock, IV lock, whatever, and so I was like plugged into that thing, and I had they had to try so many different times to find a vein and like to get it there, that it was so painful that I didn't even want to like remove it and then get it done. Like, you know, I mean, they wouldn't have had to do it again, but like at the time I thought so. I just didn't even want to touch it anymore, and I just kept thinking too, like, that was a huge mistake of mine. But like but I remember thinking, like, it's not that bad, I'm gonna save it, I'm gonna save it, I'm gonna save it, like, I'm gonna save that comfort measure for like when I really need it. And I've been listening to like podcast episodes, especially from like the podcast, that channel, it's called Mama Stay Fitness or Mama Stay something, and I really love them. And they talk about don't save it, like, when you, even though if you think like, oh, you know, like, it's not that bad, I can handle it, no, just use the thing, just do it. And so this time on my registry, I actually put a heating pad that like you can like wrap around your, like, actually like with Velcro, like wrap around yourself, and it, so that way it's not like a, not just like a pack, like a heating pad or something like that you have to hold, but like it's, you can wrap it around you, and then just like, probably, I think you control it with like a little I don't know how it is, I think it's with a remote control if I remember correctly. But that I'm really like excited for. If I am not gifted it, then I'll definitely be buying that so that I can use it during labor, because I had terrible back labor with my first, and so that was like, it was horrible. So I heard that could be a really good comfort measure. I'm gonna be doing, like I said, like the pool, so the, you know, water, and I am gonna be having my dad like be present as well, so that he's able to help with those counter pressures, like those hip squeezes, because last time my husband was so exhausted, he hadn't slept, and his arms were just so tired because he had to like squeeze my hips so bad. It was the only thing that was getting me through those contractions, and it was just so bad for him that he just couldn't like, physically couldn't do it anymore. So now I know, like, okay, having another man here will really be beneficial to, you know, to help with those, so that they could give each other breaks, and they could, you know, go for longer periods of time and help me out through that. What's the other thing? I think that's it. I do plan on doing like the perineal massages, but not, I do hope it's helpful, but I think the way that it's gonna be the most helpful, because I thought before it was like so that you could kind of like, I guess it is, you're kind of like prepping your perineal, like that area for the stretching, but like I just kind of thought that it was going to be something that like you do over, like, you know, the course of like your pregnancy, so that it could like, I kind of thought of it as something different than like what I think I'm gonna do it for this time, if that makes sense. You know, I do plan on doing it just so that I could kind of like get used to the feeling, and like not panicking like when that part is stretching, just kind of like to get an idea, you know, start kind of preparing my mind of like, okay, this is what it's going to similarly feel like, and trying to push myself to get past, like mentally past that discomfort. But I haven't started that yet. I guess once it gets closer to time, then you know, in these next few months, then I'll start maybe eating like dates and other things, you know, the raspberry leaf tea, things that'll help ripen my cervix naturally. And honestly, the biggest way that I'm preparing this birth is by praying. I've just been really praying to God that he just gives me confidence through this, that he is, you know, present with me, and that he doesn't allow my water to break before labor starts like last time. Of course, ultimately it'll be his will, but I'm definitely, you know, that's something that's like, I'm doing a lot of, and I know that prayer is gonna be the thing to get me through it. So yeah, if you want to pray for me, please do so, so that I can have experience that, you know, successful VBAC. I'll be just so excited. But I don't think there's anything else. If there is, then I'll add it to here. I'll add it to the video somehow. But anyway, I am exhausted. It's like, I don't even know how late it is right now, probably like 11 or something, but I just end up so sleepy at night. So I'm gonna go take my makeup off and go to sleep. Good night. Bye.